seemed the most expedient way to get you away from Sherlock.
What do you want?
Well, pleasure of your company overall.
Have you ever thought about how Sherlock and Dr. Watson are always played by some English white guy? In our adaptation of Sherlock, we're going to flip this on its head. We plan to make the character of Sherlock a woman. This role will be played by Melissa Fumero from the TV series Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where she plays Amy Santiago. We have chosen Dr. Watson to be played by an African-American male, Andre Braugher, who worked alongside Fumero in Brooklyn Nine-Nine as Captain Holt. We will also discuss how the key ideas of the treatment of women and relationships will be affected by our choice of casting, and also talk about how our choice of setting and medium will enrich the cultural icon of Sherlock.
Generally still has the characteristics of the original Sherlock, which keep people coming back to the show. Sherlock's wit, cocky nature, hilariously poor emotional intelligence combined with this shrewd power of deduction demands viewers' attention. In this new Sherlock, I'm simply attempting to deepen and enrich the relationship between the viewer and the character through ensuring that the cultural icon that is Sherlock reflects a modern-day society for future generations to feel represented.
The medium will affect the way the audience views our series. In 2030, our series will be broadcasted on YouTube Premium. We have chosen this as our streaming platform as it is an already established streaming website, and we believe that in a few years it will become just as big as other streaming sites such as Netflix and Stan. We believe that the change of medium will challenge the cultural icon of Sherlock, as it will now be on a completely new medium, as there are currently no Sherlock series on YouTube Premium.
Our setting will be placed in Switzerland, as the original Arthur Conan Doyle Sherlock is sent to Switzerland in the hope that he will be killed off. We believe that this would be an interesting twist if he were to return and work there not in hope to be killed off, but in the hope that he will solve the case behind an increase in cybercrimes. We believe our choice in setting in Switzerland will enrich the cultural icon of Sherlock as a link back to the original books. We also believe that a new wave of crimes will furthermore enrich Sherlock as a cultural icon, as he will still use his original power of deduction without the help of advanced technology to solve his
Treatment of
crimes.
women has transformed significantly since the original Sherlock Holmes novels to the 2010 BBC series, and this is displayed in both stories. In the original book, A Scandal in Bohemia, Irene Adler quotes, "Even after I became suspicious, I found it hard to think evil of such a dear, kind old clergyman. But you know, I've been trained as an actress myself. Male costume is nothing new to me. I often take advantage of the freedom which it gives." This quote illustrates how restricting women's clothing was, and it is a metaphor of how restricted the role for women in society was. In the 2010 adaptation, women play a much larger role. Police officers and scientists are played by women, showing that women now have a larger role in society, and it is now common to see women in the workforce. However, when Dr. Watson was played by a female in another adaptation, there were many articles written about how controversial this was. In 2030, it will be just common to see women playing lead roles that usually be played by males. Contrastingly, in the Victorian era, women would stay at home and look after the house. It was very uncommon to see women working. We believe this will challenge the original cultural icon of Sherlock, as the lead role is stereotypically played by a male. Contrastingly, we believe that the idea of Sherlock will be enriched, as people will now see Sherlock as a way of thinking rather than as an English male detective. We also believe that the lead role being a woman will help female viewers connect to the series, as they will feel more represented through her role.
We believe that the key idea of relationships will also be affected by our choice of casting. Since women play such a key role, relationships will be completely different from how they were in Victorian England and even in 2010. In Victorian times, males were completely dominant over the females in relationships, as females would just stay home and men would completely supply the house with all income. However, in 2010, women do play a much larger role in relationships, as most women work as seen in the BBC series of Sherlock. In 2030, we believe that women may have taken over as more powerful in relationships, and this will be displayed through the number of female characters working and the inclusion of a stay-at-home dad.
The original Sherlock books written by Arthur Conan Doyle, and will even show a distinct contrast between the 2010 BBC Sherlock series. Our use of casting, setting and medium will help do this by changing the way Sherlock is stereotyped. The traditional themes of treatment of women and relationships will generally enrich the cultural icon of Sherlock, and our casting shall challenge the typical stereotypes given to Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.